come on in, come on in. What's up, guys? What a night of basketball for me, myself, and I. Watching my Hawkeyes survive, watching my Bruins survive. It was a most, whew, it was a struggle. Let's just go there. Look, guys, if you're new here, consider subscribing if you're a Bruins or a Hawkeyes fan. Look, March of Madness is crazy as I don't know what. If you're a returning viewer, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what we talk about. What a hell of a night it was. It was a hell of a night. Man. First things first, which team should I start with? Should I start with UCLA or Iowa? I mean, Iowa, I don't know. That game was intense, physical, brutal. Shout out to West Virginia. Look, I was upset because they played as physical, but it's gonna prepare us. It's gonna build character. You gotta be able to look at the positives and the negatives. Yes, they played incredibly tough. I gotta give them credit though. I didn't expect this. Damn, they played tough. What's going on? Yeah. Look, it wasn't for the faint of heart. This game was not for the faint of heart. So, where I'm gonna start is the turnovers from us. That was crazy as hell. Like, we couldn't get no separation. Every time we got a little bit of separation, they kept coming back, and I'm just sitting there like, damn. I'm like, guys, I'm just tell y'all the truth. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, yo, is the season finna end like this? Because I really felt the season might end that way. But like I just posted in the community, I'm not gonna take all the credit, but just like I put in the community tab, I was like, oh snap, my lucky Iowa band, my lucky Caitlin Clark band. And when I threw that band on, people are gonna say it's the referees. I'm gonna say it's the band. Because it seems like we always win when I'm wearing this lucky band. I'm not taking no credit. I'm not. But I'm going to wear that band every damn game from here on out. And let me just say this. It was too much player watching. One specific player, Caitlin Clark. Too many people were watching Caitlin Clark tonight. It wasn't enough ball movement. There wasn't enough cutting. There wasn't enough screening. We could have used Molly Davis. Kate Martin came up with some big and ones. Sydney Folter took it on her shoulders and got that and one. Look, we had some critical plays down the stretch. It wasn't just the referees. What's going on, Jan Michael Johnson? Thomas, what's going on? Look, I mean, I had like 745 heart attacks during this game. So, I mean, again, shout out to West Virginia. Their coach was trying to send Caitlin Clark home, and he didn't mince no words. He was true about what he said, and they almost got it done. Yo, Esgod, what's going on? Look, man. Yo, Esgod, check it out. I was worried, yo. I was too worried, bro. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, the season finna end like this. Caitlin Clark career gonna end like this. At least let us make it to the Elite Eight. Which we are now in the Sweet 16, at least let us make it back to possibly LSU. And then I'm sitting there watching UCLA, and I'm like, yo, both these teams, I'm like, if we both go down, I was like, what the hell? What's got, man, I was wet the bed tonight. Everyone was MIA. Yeah, they was making Caitlin work, man. They was truly, I don't think Caitlin ever had to work that hard for a bucket in her life, bro. Like, literally. Like, what's the team? Maryland was making Caitlin work in the second half of the game when Maryland almost came back and won. But the physicality, they was all up into her. And they did not make it easy. But like I was saying when I first kicked this video off, it was building character, and it's going to build character because if you run into a physical team like LSU, you need to. It's not just LSU either. It's the WNBA. They're going to play you tougher. People are absolutely right about that. So this helps Caitlin in the long run. But what I didn't like was players like Hannah Stokey. She was like in mud. She couldn't catch the ball. I do give her props for making 1 out of 2 free throws because that free throw that she made was critical. I was like, yo, step up. Somebody got to step up. And We just got some timely buckets, and West Virginia just kind of dropped the ball. And in our defense, and the refs did blow the whistle a little bit for us down the stretch, but also know that nothing came easy. Absolutely nothing. Nolan said West Virginia grind, but they were not good enough. Yeah, but did you expect this? I don't know much about West Virginia. I would never intend to say that I know every team. I don't. I know the Big Ten schools. I know the Pac-10, Pac-12. What is it? Pac-10, Pac-12. I know a couple of the players in the schools, but I don't know every team. I don't, and I haven't seen West Virginia. I, I feel like I want to say I saw them play once, but I don't even remember that game. So yeah, this was kind of like a first time filling things out for me. And from tip, they was physical as hell. What's going on, Daniel Berry Sports? Yeah, Jan Michael Johnson. They was physical from tip, and they did some things I ain't like. I feel like they pushed Caitlin in the back, but again, Caitlin got to know, like I just said, basketball ain't always pretty. And if you're still out there as God Nolan, basketball is not always going to be played pretty. And you got to win dirty games. And you could damn sure believe LSU is going to bring that work. It's going to be like a street war. It's going to be like what's that in WWE? I just said a street fight. It's going to be like a bar brawl. It's going to be a what's that? Falls count anywhere type of things. It's going to be like falls count anywhere. So you got to be ready to get down, pull up your bootstraps, roll up your sleeves, even though you don't have no sleeves, you're wearing a jersey. It's going to be difficult. And they really, truly, no holds barred. They truly prepared us for it tonight. I mean, they took us through the ringer, and now we about to play a Colorado team that's fast and can shoot the three. In March Madness, people keep telling me, they like, you got this. No, we don't have this. The last time somebody told me you got this, LSU came in and spanked our damn asses on championship Sunday. So no, it's no such thing as you got this. Every win, you got to work for it. And so best believe West Virginia made us work for everything. We can't hope they miss. That's the one thing I don't like about our defense sometimes. We hope that they miss. Like, I don't know the West Virginia players' names, but it was a couple of shots down that fourth quarter stretch. They was putting up shots, and we just hoping and praying they miss. You can't do that. LSU, who else? UCLA guys. Look, if we run into UCLA, all bets is off. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do, because y'all know those are my two teams. We're gonna get to UCLA in a little bit, but those are my two teams. What the hell am I going to do if it happens? But right now we can't focus on that. We gotta focus on who we got to focus on. We got to focus on Colorado. And I watched West Virginia a handful of times. They're great, but they're not great, but always go hard. Yeah, I wish I would have seen them more. I was totally caught off guard. I mean, they was hitting every ball, getting their hands on every ball, trying to get the loose ball, scrapping for rebounds. I mean, we know how hard Sydney and Fulton works with rebounds. They was trying to make it tough for her. We was in the mix too. We got our fair share. Gabby Marshall, I don't think she shot. She didn't shoot really good, but I did like her activity level. Callie Fairback is a drop off from Sydney. I'm sure you probably agree with me, Jan Michael Johnson. She's not a horrible drop off, but you can tell that when Fairback comes in the game, it's not the magnitude, same magnitude of a Fulton. Colorado's going to come hard. Oh yeah, they're gonna come hard. It was crazy because I was like, UCLA. Because I'm gonna get to them in a second, but I do want to say this. I was sitting there thinking, because UCLA was down to 10 at one point, we sitting there playing with West Virginia. I mean, every time we would go about 8. Didn't you think when we went up by 8, was that 8? Didn't you think that we had them? I did. And then during the second quarter, I think we went up by like 7. I said we got them on the ropes. And I was talking to a couple of people in the third quarter when we went up by like 10. And I'm like, hey, I think we got this thing. And no, West Virginia is resilient and they charge back into the game. But look, for next game, no more watching Caitlin Clark. And I hope Molly Davis, I know you probably feel the same way, John Michael Johnson. If it's John Michael John, it is. I think I'm saying your name right. Gabby has 0 points. Yeah, but like I said, she definitely played tough. She definitely played hard. Her activity level was definitely there. She can't have no more goose eggs going forward. She's gonna have to drop in a couple of threes. She definitely is. I was really thinking about it because I don't know who watches Iowa Hawkeyes. What is it? What is the damn channel? Now it's starting to get away from me. But I'm gonna drop it in the I'm gonna leave it like a link or whatever in the comment section to tell you guys to check out. They always do the Iowa games. You just go by Michael. I was gonna watch that, but then I decided I have something I want to say too. I want to voice my opinion about this game because this game was very, very intense. The pressure was mounting. People that I come across in comments and chats, they say, Peacock, no, the game was on ESPN. People are saying the referee saved us. And so, I don't personally like to hear that stuff. So that's when it's my time to like go the other way. Whenever I see Clark bashing, people hating on Caitlin, or just being disrespectful, talking about Iowa this, Iowa that, we not gonna be nothing next season. Just being blatantly disrespectful. Talking about the referee saved y'all. I'm going the other way. I just don't have time because we won. I don't have time to argue with nobody about nothing like that. I mean, if they team win, people ain't going. I guarantee you, if South Carolina, LSU, USC, I don't care what team it is, if they team win and the referee has something to do with it, they ain't going to tell you. They going to be happy they won. So guess what? I'm happy we won. Hannah Stokey got to give us something. What you think? What you think about that, Michael? I got to see something from Hannah Stokey. Um, I don't know. The first game 0, the migraine, foul trouble. I gotta see her. She couldn't get loose. She couldn't get no separation. She basically wasn't. Nobody was trying to get open. I was screaming, like literally. I was screaming as if Michael Myers was after my ass. I was screaming, "Will somebody please get open?" Like even when Taylor McKay was in the game, she was used sparingly, but she could have been trying to get open. She could shoot that thing. Get open. People just you can't be watching. You can't be doing that. You just can't. And I'm not nitpicking, but there was a play that the ball flew up in the air. You would have thought that McKay would have went after the ball, but she was playing defense and the ball went like right over her head. And again, I'm not nitpicking, but it's just certain things you can't let go. You know, Stokey, Martin, Gabby, Marshall got to show the hell up. I tell you like this straight up as guy, you know where I'm going. If they don't show up against Colorado, look, we beat Colorado last season in a tournament. We sure did. But that was a whole nother year. That was a whole good year ago. If we don't play collectively as a whole, we're going to be going home. And Caitlin Clark is going to be just fine because she going to the WNBA. Now, the other players, I can't say the same for them. So they better be playing their lives out because they didn't look like they was doing it all the time tonight. And also, Caitlin be going behind the back trying fancy moves with the rock. I don't have a problem with it, but this is the playoffs. Every possession matters. She trying them Steph Curry behind the back moves. Like, sometimes you just gotta be vanilla. I know it's hard. She's super talented. She's so great. And the logo threes, she gets it, but there's barely times she don't get it where logo threes are great, but they're not always needed because sometimes you gotta take the ball. You gotta go to the cup. Michael Jordan did it best. There's time. Look, you gotta go get fouled because your logo three, it could very well shoot you up out of the game like it did to us in the Kansas State game. So you definitely cannot have that. You definitely cannot have that going on. You have got to be um you got to know what's going on with the team. You got to know the score. You got to know the situation. These are things that you really need to be, you know, focused on. These are things where you situational basketball. It truly, truly matters because if you really get things as you go forward, if you don't play truly, how can I put this? If you don't really focus on it like possession at a time, then you're going to mess up. If you guys get it, and that's what's going on sometimes. You're looking at it where it's like everybody's just watching Caitlin Clark. And I've said that, and I'm saying it again. You can't be doing that going forward. Too many Kimber Rudd says too many spectators. Yeah, I nailed that. Too many spectators on our offense. Too many telegraph passes in the first half. Gabby and Kate don't score. Every game is going to be a show. Yeah, we can't be doing this. I mean, can we get to the Elite Eight in the Final Four if we only scoring like 60 points a game? I mean, see, this is my thing. I didn't post a video. I did a pregame video, but I talked about they would need more than 63 points to beat us. They almost beat us with about the same amount of points they took to play Princeton. And where I also failed is I didn't watch them play Princeton all the way. I normally scout our opponents. What I did was I said, you know what? We won. We beat Holy Cross. What I need to watch that West Virginia game for? Why? Why should I watch that? Normally, I don't do that. I watch our opponents. But I was cocky, right? I was cocky, Michael and Kim, because I was like, look, we beat Holy Cross, which I know they're not all that great. But I was like, look, we ready to rock and roll. We've done this rodeo before. Why should I watch Princeton and West Virginia? West Virginia coach said, let's end Caitlin Clark's career. Let's send her packing. Let's send her home. That's going to be enough for us to get it done. Well, that wasn't enough. They played great. The coach coached them well. They almost accomplished their mission. The only thing is as South Carolina. That's the only team I'll be surprised if they lost. Yeah. Which leads me to segue a little bit into UCLA. I was like, and you know what? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna have to watch the UCLA game from start to finish because I wasn't able to. Now, you guys know I'm also a Bruins fan. So I was getting pissed the hell off watching the scoreboard. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Creighton? I've seen Creighton many a times. Creighton don't strike me as that great of a team. It takes too long for UCLA to wake up. You can't do that. They're going to play LSU next in the Sweet 16. Let us play games with, if we get down to LSU, and mind you, LSU has been looking very suspect for their first two games, but UCLA cannot play with LSU. It's going to be, in my opinion, close. A number 2 seed versus a number 3 seed. South Carolina, by the way, Michael, I don't think they're going nowhere. They are a hell of a formidable team. Sometimes I think the only person that can beat South Carolina is them themselves. I have to say that they are the truth. West Virginia was a pretty decent team this year. Gave a lot of Big 12 teams some trouble. Quinterly was Big 12 defensive player. Yeah, I know. I got a ton of respect for them. In social media circles, tons of people are giving respect and praise to West Virginia, and they earned it. One thing I will say is Gabby Marshall was right. Caitlin Clark was right. When you got the best player on your team, you're gonna get everybody's best shot. So it only gets tougher from here. I know that the road only gets tougher. Colorado, it's got to be one possession at a time. It's got to be cutting, screening. It's got to be ball movement. What's that? The inside, outside game has got to be working. We got to make more three-point shots, in my opinion, but we got to get more wide open three-point shots. So maybe some backdoor action. We got to do something. The offense was stagnant. That's one of my favorite words, stagnant. The offense was stagnant tonight. Hannah, that girl, I don't know who she was, but she was on Hannah like right on right. So we got to find a way. I don't know. We're not truly a defensive team, but credit to us as well for figuring out how to win these physical games. Again, SEC is where it's most physical at. I look at this game that we won tonight as we could possibly facing LSU. I love my Bruins, but I don't know. Let me know what y'all think in the chat. I don't know if they can get past LSU. See, I'm trying not to be biased, so I'm not going to be. It's going to be a hellacious fight for UCLA to try to get past hellacious. Shout out to Jim Ross with that one, but it's going to be a hellacious fight for the Bruins to get past LSU. And what they showed me tonight was, especially as it pertains to Kiki Rice, she's great. She's absolutely great. I have said that she can be the one. She can be similar to Juju Watkins, but she's got to be consistent. She literally woke up in the second half and went bananas. She went crazy. She went out of her mind. She went loony bin. She went crazy house. She went psychiatric ward. But it took forever. It took forever for her to go crazy. She finished with 26. In the first half, she had 7. Lauren Betts, thank you for playing tonight. Kiki Rice, thank you for turning up, because if Kiki does not come out in the second half, I mean, Charisma Osborne had a great clutch shot in the fourth quarter, but this is not about to be Creighton. In fact, I'll put it this way. We ain't got nothing left for good teams. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to be looking in on the Utah and Gonzaga game a little bit. I know USC, Juju Watkins, they playing with their food. On a neutral floor, I'm taking LSU at this point. I'm worried. And you know what, Michael? Maybe I should be with you. Maybe I should say I got to go with you, because if Iowa plays UCLA, it's kind of feel like a worst nightmare for me. They could have put one of us in a different bracket. Like, it's almost like the committee knew me personally, and it was like, you know what? Let's punish bro, because they don't belong in the same bracket. But stuff happens. If somehow it does occur, and Iowa has to play UCLA, I spin it two ways. If we beat them, if Iowa beats them, hey, I mean, I am an Iowa fan first, but UCLA is a close second. If UCLA wins against Iowa, it's probably the only team I wouldn't be upset about beating us. I don't want to lose to LSU. I understand South Carolina is a better team, but I don't want to lose to them after we beat them last year. I don't want to lose to USC. Love you, Juju Watkins, but don't want to lose to you either. But if we lost to the Bruins, it's the only team that I could kind of be like, yeah, it's my other squad. I can totally, I can't get with it, but I accept it though. And so, yeah, I think that Iowa will have trouble with LSU and UCLA because of the sides and the boards. Yeah, it's going to be. You saw how Stokey had trouble. I wish I knew some of the players' names outside of Quinterly. Now that you mentioned Quinterly, I remember Quinterly, if I'm saying it right. But I think Hannah Stokey had problems with like 32 on West Virginia. And they're about the same height. What is gonna happen when Hannah has to go up? Is Hannah truly? That's what I want to know. Is Hannah really 6'2"? I don't know. But Angel Reese is 6'3". Lauren Betts is 6'7". I've been worried about the post all season, Mike. I've been truly worried all season long about our post play. Monica Zazano was crafty. She could get her shot no matter what. Scooping up and under. She would beat the other players down the court. Hannah Stokey is really good. But was it Caitlin's passes, or was Hannah she couldn't catch him? Hannah couldn't catch a goal tonight. She just couldn't do it. But I'm a big Hannah believer, so nonetheless, I'm truly going to say that she's going to bounce back. We haven't got a great Hannah game yet. Damn it. By Almighty, I hope we get one soon. Look, I gotta go with S. God. If we don't get great performances from Hannah, Kate, Gabby, we're going to be in trouble. Sydney Folter cannot be your number one option. This is not 2025. It's not. This is 2024. Next season, maybe it's Hannah, some new recruits, and Sydney Folter. But for this season, it's got to be Kate Martin, and it's got to be Caitlin Clark. And Caitlin Clark, she's learning that, damn, these teams, they play physical. Caitlin, get ready, because it's going to be the same way on a WNBA level. Let's see. Nolan says Madison Booker. Madison Booker is nice, by the way, for Texas. She can really hoop. Madison Booker talked about Quinterly this week, how incredibly difficult she has to deal with. Yeah. West Virginia gets all up into you. Like, straight up, as God, if you watch the game, West Virginia gets all up in you. Like, for real. They in your mud. And I was like, damn, these girls are some dogs defensively. You said Caitlin Clark is a generational talent. When she leaves, the Hawkeyes will go back to oblivion. The talent level ain't there. You can see it. Yeah. And you know what? I'm 50-50. I'm 50-50. We do have a really, really nice recruit coming for 2025. Also, check out S-Guy look at some footage of Aaliyah Guyton. Just Google her name on YouTube. Aaliyah like the singer. Aaliyah Guyton. Check her out. She got an ACL injury, but she might be ready for the start of the season. She's really nice. She's gonna be a freshman. We don't have no top recruits coming, but we do have like a couple of top 50, 70 recruits coming. I think we got enough to put out a decent product next season, but unless somebody takes some incredible steps, we're going to be a middle of the pack team. And damn, I'm so lucky I'm a Bruins fan, because if I wasn't, the Bruins got some good recruits coming next season. Kiki Rice ain't going nowhere. Lauren Betts ain't going nowhere. We're going to lose Charisma Osborne to the WNBA draft. But, of course, the Bruins are also joining the Big Ten next season. So, yeah, and closing before I go, UCLA, we going to be nice. My Hawkeyes, we probably going to be midi. I think they'll be, Michael says, I think they will still be solid, but hover around the bottom, top 25. Well, you know, Michael, S-God, next season is going to have to be Ultimate Team basketball. And one thing I will say is I feel like I noticed, and I grew up watching Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant playing the game just a little bit myself, nothing professional, nothing collegiate, but high school and for fun. And one thing I noticed is that when you have a really good player on your team that's truly, truly good, that's a worldly beating talent, you tend to defer to them. And what happens is, if you're always deferring, what about your game? Your game needs to be played and developed too. And you got to see where somebody else can create. And tonight, you didn't really see too much creation. You saw a couple of nice and ones from Sydney, nice and ones from Kate Martin, but it's got to be more consistent. And then if you notice really quickly, it's hard to bring that ball up the floor if they all over Caitlin Clark. Sydney or Fulter, nobody else can do dazzling, like freaky moves with the ball either like Caitlin Clark, although she's been turning it over. But you don't see anybody else on our team getting freaky with that basketball like Caitlin Clark. You know, behind the back, between the legs. Molly Davis is your next option, but guess what? She's still recovering. I know it's eating her up not to be able to play. If we can get her back soon, Molly Davis, if you could come back against Colorado, it would be A-okay. We could definitely use her. She can handle the rock. She's a good shooter. She's kind of sneaky. You'll go to sleep on Molly Davis, and next thing you know, she got a bucket. You know, she's kind of giving me obviously Malaysia Full Wally is great for you guys that know South Carolina, but she's kind of sneaky, like a cat, the way she's just kind of oh, damn, Molly Davis got 2 points. Oh, Molly Davis knocked down a 3. How'd she do it? We need creation, and Molly can create for you a little bit. Yeah, I'll say this. I was disappointed tonight in a performance. I'm going to tell you who I was proud of tonight and who I was disappointed in. I was disappointed a little bit in Hannah, but I remain a big fan, a big supporter. Disappointed just a little bit, but I can't really be too disappointed. Caitlin Clark's shot selection down the stretch, you got to live with it. The coach lives with it. Damn it, I'm a diehard fan. I got to live with it. But you gotta mix it up. And to her credit, she did try to get fouled. Just the defense was physical as hell. Also, to her credit, when she got fouled, she made her free throw shots. That's huge. Sydney and Fulter, she made her free throw shots. Kate Martin got fouled. We made her free throw shots. People are fussing about referees making calls, but guess what? You got to make your damn free throw shots. What good is it if the referee gives you 50 free throws and you miss 25 of them. You got to make your free throw shots. Not quite 25, but you guys get my drift. Not quite 50 free throws, but people talk about the disparity of the free throws. Look, end of the day, these games, they're won between the lines. It's not just about free throws. You can't beat a team with free throws alone. So I just personally I don't agree with that. But great win for us tonight. Great win for UCLA. Both these damn teams scared the hell out of me. Kind of make me wish I wasn't so damn invested in these teams and women's college basketball. But I love it. I love it. But I don't like the damn sweating and anxiety that it brings. But you know what? These games are going to be close. And if you can't handle a close game, maybe you need to listen to the radio. Maybe you need to listen to the radio. They call the games on the radio, on YouTube. If you can't handle a close game, and it ain't for the faint of heart, trust me. Sweet 16 and elite games are going to be crazy. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be wow. South Carolina should be okay. UCLA has LSU. Iowa's got Colorado. I don't know. Indiana lost. So I think Oklahoma plays South Carolina. I don't know the bracket. I don't know all of the games off the top of my head. But look, it's been great talking to you guys, and I think I pretty much nailed everything. I think so. Hopefully the Hawks can figure out how to get a victory again against Colorado. We'll talk about it more as we go through the week. Let's just be happy we won. Let's just be happy that we won. Don't listen to the haters. Just be happy we won this damn game. Indiana won. How come somebody tell me that Indiana lost? See, this is why you don't listen to people. You look for yourself. Any ideas, RC, when the last time Colorado and Iowa matched up? Yeah. Last season. I want to say in the round of 32. Quote me, don't quote me. I believe I am right. We won. But I don't think this is quite the same Colorado team. They got more experience. They've played us last year. So it's not like they haven't seen us in a long time. So it should be a very interesting game to watch, a contrasting styles. But both teams do like to get up and down the court. We'll talk more about it. And I think what I actually might do is just continue to familiarize myself with Colorado more this season. I know they got Freedom Foreman. I know they got Jalen Sherrod. They're definitely not a team to play around with. They've been ranked in like the top 10 almost all season long. They also beat LSU early on, but I think they also lost to LSU as well. Is this Brother Hall? Anthony Hall, is this a Gamecocks channel? Wait a minute, let me get my face on camera. Is this a Gamecocks channel? What kind of question is that? You see Caitlin Clark everywhere. You see the Hawkeyes logos everywhere. You see UCLA Bruins stuff everywhere. No, Brother Hall, this is not. I repeat, this is not a Gamecocks channel. But it is good to see you popping by. And I have nothing but respect for the Gamecocks. I think especially after I saw Leah Boston play last year with the Fever. I saw our first preseason game. I saw our first game as a pro. I got a lot of respect for Leah Boston. I think she's going to help Caitlin Clark in a lot of ways, defensively, professional-wise, with professionalism. She couldn't go to a better place. She couldn't play with a better teammate than Leah Boston. They're going to help out each other. It is going to be incredible when they truly get that thing going, when they truly get the right supporting cast, when they truly build the right level of chemistry, figure out each other games. There's no place she can go that would be better for her. If she was to stay in college, that's it. If she was to stay in college for another season, I don't know. She might go somewhere she don't really want to go at all. You got a generational talent in Leah Boston who proves nothing but hard work pays off. You go there, if you don't win it this year, and it's unlikely because we talked about your squad in here, Anthony Hall. We talked about just how damn great South Carolina is. They truly are. They truly a beast. And what they did to North Carolina, they toyed with their food. They literally toyed over their food. I watched it on playback with my little cousin, and he was like anybody could have played better than this. Like a couple of people from the neighborhood could have played better against South Carolina. North Carolina absolutely got destroyed. And you guys destroyed Presbyterian too. It's what you do. You're undefeated. None but respect. I would definitely can't come half stepping with Colorado. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Tonight was, look, I'm gonna say this to you guys before I go. The physicality of an LSU, if LSU should get past UCLA, look, we will be thankful that we played West Virginia. We're going to need to learn Caitlin Clark, and I said this too as well, Brother Hall, if you're still here. Caitlin Clark needed this tonight. She needed to play this physicality. She needed to somebody bump. What's going to happen when somebody's all up in you? What's going to happen when somebody's in your mug? What's going to happen when somebody's not going to just let you drive to the cup? What's going to happen when somebody's not going to just let you pull up and just pop the three like Curry? Like, I felt like I was in a couple of comment sections of a couple of YouTubers. I was jumping around and I was like, look, I felt like we was playing you're going to get this one, Brother Hub. I felt like we was playing the 1995 Knicks with Anthony Mason and Charles Oakley. Well, not quite, but I mean, damn, they was physical. They was all up in our grills. They was slapping at the ball. And that's what it's like in the WNBA, because I also watch the WNBA. I'm not just a college fan. And yeah, the physicality is there. And people say it's going to be tough for her. Yeah, it's going to be tough. It was tough for everybody. Tough. It's an adjustment period. It happened to all of the greats. It happened to Candace Parker. It happened to Asia Wilson, Kelsey Plum, everybody that's coming to this league that's really, really great. I mean, really, really good, really, really great. You got to learn again. And in my bracket, I wrote down I was going to beat South Carolina for the championship. Now, how confident am I? Probably I'm like at a 3. But I'm not going to go against the Hawkeyes. I'm not going to do it. And if the Hawkeyes don't get there, if they end up playing the Bruins, I don't know what I'm going to do. But again, if they beat each other, how can they both beat each other? That was crazy. But if Iowa beats UCLA, I'll be all right. If UCLA beats Iowa, I'll be all right. But if anybody else beats them, I'm going to be mad. I'm surprised about Colorado's run. We played them last year. I don't quite remember what the score was. It wasn't terribly close. It wasn't too out of control. But also, big shout out to Gabby Marshall for the block. Number 24 for Iowa tonight. She came up with a huge block. We know that offensively she don't have it, but we got to play defense. And Gabby Marshall, if you can't score, I'm going to end it like this. Michael, bro, if you can't score, you damn sure better be playing some defense. I got to read your comment here before. The W is no joke with that physicality. You can't show that they can get in your head, or they just keep playing on that weakness. Yeah, no doubt. Whether Caitlin knows it or not, she's definitely learning by the challenges that she faces. And all I know, man, is if UCLA and did I would lose big, losing big. Yeah, we lost Monica Cesano. She was our center. She was a really, really great center. She really sprinted the floor, great with up and under shots. She got drafted, but she didn't stick around for LA Sparks. And then we lost McKenna Warnock. She was doing for us kind of what Kate Martin was doing for us this year. What McKenna Warnock and Cesano did, they basically made it easy for like Kate Martin and Gabby Marshall to play like free safety. Like they was able to roam. Like ain't no roaming this year. That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes we revert. I don't know if you saw the game or not, but we revert back to let's watch Caitlin. Let's just see what she can do. Hey, Caitlin, do you got your cape on tonight? Okay, take us home. She's not always going to be able to do that. because so smart teams are going to double her, play super physical, or they're going to get up on her one-on-one with a physical defender, or they're going to force that ball out of her hands, and it's going to go to somebody that's going to sit there with it like the damn Sandman. It's like, hey, what do I do with this ball? Make a move. The shot clock violations is unacceptable too. But I'm not going to continue to beat this team down. I'm proud of the resiliency. I'm proud of the fact that we came up with some timely buckets, some timely and ones. You can't be playing this way every week, because otherwise you won't have no more weeks. And again, Caitlin Clark got a future. I'm not saying that the other players don't, because I'm sure they have other things that they have lined up for them. But Caitlin's probably the only one with a basketball future. I like to see Kate Martin throw a name in the draft hat. You never know. I mean, she could be drafted in the third round. It's 3 rounds, but I think it's 36 picks. So we'll see what happens. Colorado's record wasn't great, but they played in the toughest league, the Pac-12. Pac-12 is incredibly tough. It was great to see Kiki Rice step up. Michael, if Kiki Rice don't step up for us tonight, for my Bruins, I don't know. I tend to wear my passions for my teams on my sleeve. I think I would have done this live even if Iowa lost, because a couple of people said, would you still be preparing to go live if your team had lost both of them? Yeah, I like to say yeah, because it's positives and negatives, it's ups and downs. You don't win every year. Next year we might go 4-28. You never know. But I'm going to rock with the team. I'm going to support the team. I'm going to cover the team. That's why I got a shout out to all the Colorado buffs, all the prime YouTubers and followers, because they kept the main ones that continue to make content and support the team. Shout out to them. Shout out to Max V. Shout out to the people that continue to rock with the team. They cover the buffs material no matter what their record is. So yeah, Colorado won their first 3 games. We're talking about Prime and the Buffs. And then when the Buffs nosedive, those real people, those true fans, continue to cover. So Michael, next season, if things don't go right, we're going to find something to talk about. Best believe. We're going to talk about the recruits. We're going to talk about their potential. We're going to have something to talk about. Might not be, the sexy headlines that Caitlin Clark bring to this team in terms of performance, shock value, just the great plays she make. But we're going to continue to talk about the Hawkeyes basketball program. Might even sneak in some men's games. You never know. But the thing about it is, don't be a fair weather fan. Support your team. It don't matter. Everybody can't win a championship. You never know when you will or when you won't. And that's real. And with that being said, I'm going to shut it down. But I do want to thank y'all for watching, listening, should I say. I do want to thank you guys for coming out to hear me talk a little women's basketball. And you know what? We got to stay rocking together, because women's basketball needs nonstop support. So also, check out the channels of Sess Talk Sports, the J Spot Network, Quita Love Sports, J. Jordan, New York Liberty fan. And I think that's it. I'm out. Hey, hit that like button. Yeah, listen to S God. Pound the like button like Mike Tyson in 93. Boom, boom, boom. I'm out.